The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring stakes action from opening weekend at Saratoga and Del Mar, including the first Grade 1 victory for a top turf mare in the Diana Stakes and a rising turf star in the Eddie Reed Stakes. We begin with 2-year-old fillies at the Spa and the Grade 3 Schuylerville Stakes. Fashion Alert, the 1-5 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
Midway around the far turn, it is still Take Charge Brandy at the inside, Fashion Alert on the outside. Those two continue their tussle to the top of the stretch. 7 lengths back, WINSTAR getting underway now from third as the field turns for home. Top of the stretch. It's still embroiled in a battle royal here. Fashion Alert and Take Charge Brandy, they've been at each other's throats the entire way with a furlong to go here. And then it's WINSTAR third. Fashion Alert fully extended and begins to edge away from Take Charge Brandy, who grudgingly gives way to a talented filly in Fashion Alert.
Odds-on favorite Fashion Alert takes the duel with Take Charge Brandy by 1.5 lengths, a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. John Velasquez up in 1:11-3. An easy front-running winner of the Astoria Stakes at Belmont Park, the Todd Pletcher trainee is undefeated in 2 starts. The filly by Old Fashioned was bred in Kentucky by Mike Abraham and Jacob Nance and was a $125,000 Keeneland September yearling. The 5th winner of the Schuylerville for Pletcher, Fashion Alert, has earned $250,000 for George Bolton and Barry Hall. Fashion Alert paid $240 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. 2-year-old colts and geldings at Saratoga in the Grade 3 Sanford Stakes. Pletcher sent out the 8-5 favorite in Nana's Boy. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
A bruising quarter mile of 21 3/5 seconds, a frenetic battle up front, the field rounding the far turn. Cinco Charlie, Bessie's Boy. There goes Nona's Boy. Nona's Boy on the move. In big trouble, too. Moving toward the top of the stretch now. Bessie's Boy coming up empty as they come to the quarter post. Cinco Charlie and Nona's Boy in there, head-to-head for the lead. Mr. Z is just in behind them. Big trouble on the outside. And a resilient Cinco Charlie down inside. And he's a brave racehorse here. Nona's Boy. Here comes Mr. Z after them. Big trouble on the outside. 4 of them headlong into the final 100 yards. Here is Mr. Z, who emerges with the lead in the shadow of the wire. A surge from Big Trouble. Too close to call.
Let's take another look at that photo finish. It's 11-1 Mr. Z taking over the lead in deep stretch under Corey Lannery. But another 11-1 long shot, Big Trouble and Arad Ortiz Jr. are gaining with every stride. And Big Trouble gets up to take the photo by a neck. Big Trouble is by Spendthrift Farm Stallion and leading juvenile sire Tis Wonderful. Another 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates, 6 furlongs in 1:10-3. The Tony Dutrow trainee is 2 for 2 after impressively breaking his maiden on debut at Belmont Park. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Columbiana Farm. It was a $230,000 Keeneland September yearling. Big Trouble has earned $235,000 for Team D. Now 3-year-old stakes action presented by PC2A Pace. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with PC2A Pace. To Thistledown for the Ohio Derby. Almost Famous, the 3-2 favorite. Matt Hook has the call.
They have 4 furlongs to go in the Ohio Derby, and Almost Famous takes over, and Jessica Starr goes with him. Brothers of the Time going the wrong way. Sami is suddenly there, and Sami is racing in 3rd. Bumstart is currently 5th. East Hall trying to rally. There goes Rustlin now, and Rustlin begins to pick off rivals. Larcy and My Heart is to the inside. Then it's Claiborne, a long ways back to Mushu and Avgalemina. 5/16 to go, and it's Almost Famous just in front. Jessica Starr will now make him work these two together, and Sami will try to reel that pair in from 3rd. Rustling now moves into fourth with Bump Start fifth, top of the stretch, and Jessica Starr has made his bid, and it's Jessica Starr who takes the lead. Almost Famous right back at him. Late rally from East Hall and Russell, and a furlong left to go, and it's Jessica Starr who's in the clear. East Hall is gaining ground with a 16th to go. Jessica Starr trying to hold off East Hall. East Hall and Jessica Starr. Photo!
And let's take another look at that photo finish. It's 2-1 second choice Jessica Starr with the lead, under 124 pounds, and David Mello. But 9-1 East Hall is closing strongly on the outside, toting 117 pounds, in Juan Leyva. And East Hall gets up to take the photo by a head. The favorite Almost Famous settles for third. Florida-bred East Hall, a two-time OBS sales graduate, clocked in 144-1. Runner-up in stakes at Gulfstream Park in his last two starts, East Hall records his first stakes victory in his first start outside his home state. Bill Kaplan trains the winner. A $23,000 OBS August yearling and a $55,000 OBS April 2-year-old, East Hall has earned $360,000 for Jack Hendricks and Roger Justice. The gelding by Graham Hall was bred in Florida by Mary Kay Hare. Florida breds, race him or chase him. To Woodbine for turf 3-year-olds in the Toronto Cup. Heart to Heart, the 8-5 favorite, Dan Loisel picks up the call.
The opening half mile was 47-1, the pace being set by Heart to Heart. La Fontaine still nestled in behind horses. Sly Tom second. La Fontaine is third. Freitag on the outside, 4, still 3 lengths off the lead. Then Florida 1, Pumpkin Rumble trails this field as they head over to the 3/8 pole. And it's Heart to Heart by a length. Put to pressure now is Sly Tom in second. La Fontaine being scrubbed on in third. Florida 1 in that red cap being wheeled to the far outside of the quarter pole. And Contreras is all over Heart to Heart, trying to lead throughout the entire mile and an eighth. And it's Heart to Heart by 2. La Fontaine trying to wear down Heart to Heart, lugged in for a stride or two, and it's Heart to Heart in the last 16th. La Fontaine, one final push. La Fontaine, the longest shot on the board to win the Toronto Cup.
18-1 La Fontaine by WINSTAR Farm stallion Artie Schiller holds off 10-1 Pumpkin Rumble by half a length. Stephen Bayham, the winning jockey, in 148-4. La Fontaine stepping up to Stakes Company after breaking his maiden at odds of 38-1 over the Woodbine course in his latest. The gelding was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Cudney Stables. La Fontaine has earned $102,000. Liz Charalombus trains the winner. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
A new challenge has begun, and for the world's top thoroughbreds, there's a new reason to keep running. Win, and they're in. All summer long, the best horses will race to earn a spot in the richest event in horse racing. Don't miss the drama that unfolds in the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. All summer long on NBC and NBCSN.
Hey racing fans! With EmpireCityBets.com, you can now place wagers from the comfort of home on thoroughbred and harness tracks around the world. Empire City Bets is an advanced deposit wagering service that offers both internet and phone wagering. With EmpireCityBets.com, you get sign-up bonuses up to $300, weekly promotions, and daily rewards on most tracks, including an industry high of 8% on Yonkers races. You also enjoy live video and race replays, and with exclusive content from some of the best handicappers around, there's no other place you'll want to bet. Don't race to any other site, race to EmpireCityBets.com.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, SOLDAT, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Discover beautiful Ocala, Marion County, horse capital of the world. I'm Valerie Daly. Let me show you all our area has to offer. Here are a few recent listings. Saddlebrook Equestrian Estates, Champions Circle, Countryside Farm, and Ivy Lane. Ocala, Marion County. Come for a visit and you'll see why it's a great place to live.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Coaching Club American Oaks coming up in this segment. We begin with 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Arlington Oaks. Aurelius Bell, the 6-5 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
The half mile in 49 and 1/5 seconds. Fanny B dancing on a solo mission with just over 3 furlongs to go. But now she's awfully good. Aurelia's Bell right there gaining traction for Channing Hill. It's Fanny B dancing up by 1. Here's Aurelia's Bell's move. Maria, Stellaris both picking it up. She's awfully good toward the rail. Interrupted is 5 lengths off these leaders. Army between horses wide. Colonel Joan. We come back then to a Noman Dent Stockyard Hen. Aurelia's Bell's move. Aurelia's Bell has taken the lead at the top of the stretch. 3/4 went at 1:14 and 3/5 seconds. Aurelia's Bell leads by 2.5 with Stellaris trying to get to Aurelia's Bell in the final 16th. It's Aurelia's Bell. Stellaris trying to narrow the margin. She's awfully good as third. Aurelia's Bell in the Arlington Oaks.
The favorite, Aurelius Bell, holds off Stellaris by 3/4 of a length. She's awfully good third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Channing Hill aboard in 1:52.1. Aurelius Bell is 3 for 3 over Polytrack, including the Grade 3 Bourbonnette Oaks. The Wayne Catalano trainee tried the turf in her latest and was put up to first in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. The filly by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by Alexander Groves Matz. It was a $170,000 Keeneland September yearling. Aurelius Bell has earned $339,000 for James Miller. Channing Hill with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Del Mar for the Grade 2 San Clemente Handicap. Diversey Harbor and My Conquistadori, 5-2 co-favorites. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
On to the backstretch they go, and he's Stanford setting an honest pace out here, leads it by a length. She's a Smoke Show in second. On the far side is Morning Fix. Down at the rail, Miss Machiavelli, now 3 in a line for second. Sushi Empire's back in 5th. My Conquistadori on the far side. Tepin is having to be ridden at the rail, but Tepin has made progress, 4 off the leaders. Then we come back to Tiz Kissable. Alongside is Tiz the Key. Concave inside of that. In behind that comes Diversey Harbor. They're only 8 lengths, covers them all now. And then Sandiva. Top of the lane now, and Is Stanford goes for home. Is Stanford shakes loose, opens up 2.5, and it's In Stanford going on for home. Here's Tepin coming with a nice run. Tepin coming to tape on Is Stanford, but Is Stanford still full of run out here. Late run from My Conquistadori, but a scintillating performance from Is Stanford in the San Clemente. Is Stanford won it well.
10-1 Istenford takes it by 2.5 lengths over 18-1 Tepid. Rafael Bejarano aboard the OBS Cells graduate in 1:33.4. The Mike Stidham trainee defeated Males in the Grade 3 Arlington Classic 2 starts back, but she finished 7th when My Miss Aurelia was awarded the victory in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. A $25,000 OBS August yearling, Istenford has earned $328,000 for Ike and Don Thrash, Sam and Janet Alley. The filly by Istan was bred in Florida by Hardacre Farm LLC. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. Stop Charging Maria, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
So the pace a good one here in the opening stages as they move down the backstretch, and Take the Odds makes a move after that lead. 6 furlongs out, she's now in front. Stop Charging Maria on the outside. And then it's Miss Bessie Lou down toward the rail, holding that position inside. Followed by Courageous Julie America, and Unbridled Forever trails the field. They get a half mile, 48 seconds flat. The field moving to the half-mile pole now. Miss Bessie Lou is sharing the lead with Take the Odds. Stop Charging Maria makes her move now as they enter the far turn. Third, now just a length and a half behind. And Unbridled Forever makes her move now at the midway point on the far turn. 3/4 up and 1:12 flat. They make their way toward the top of the stretch. Stop Charging Maria, charging up on the outside now. And following her in behind is Unbridled Forever. Down toward the inside, Miss Bessie Lou is fighting on. Take the Odds is a wary fourth. They're coming into the final furlong. Stop Charging Maria in front by 2.5 lengths here in the Coaching Club American Oaks. Unbridled Forever is second, but time is running out for her and all the rest. Stop Charging Maria finishes full of run to win by 5 conclusive lengths.
Stop Charging Maria rolls home by 5 lengths over Unbridled Forever. Javier Castellano aboard in 1:49 4. Now 3 for 3 at the distance. The Todd Pletcher trainee was making her first start since taking the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. The filly by Tail of the Cat was bred in Kentucky by Harvey Clark and Brookdale and was a $47,000 Keeneland September yearling. Rapoli Stable purchased the winner for $220,000 at the OBS March 2-year-old sale. This victory put Stop Charging Maria over the $1 million mark in career earnings. The Spendthrift Farm Snagging of the Week is the brilliant Grade 1 winner, Shaking It Up, a spitting image of Midnight Lute and his sire's top performer on the racetrack. New to Spendthrift for 2015.
Private Zone hanging on to the lead. The Lumber Guys under a hard ride from second. Baz Marty, and now here's Jimmy Creed. And Jimmy Creed, Orange Cap, one from the inside. Unbridled note down the center. Drill running on late, but it's Jimmy Creed with a 16th to go. And Jimmy Creed in a scintillating performance today. Jimmy Creed and Garrett Gomez take the Malibu stylishly.
It all started with a dream. A dream to be the best, to breed the best, to race the best,
Super Saver Russell Meyer, what a finish to the classic,
and to stand the best. WINSTAR Farm, dedicated to the dream.
Here is Arch. Honeymoon handicap goes to Saren.
International Grade 1 sire Arch has sired over 17% stakes horses. He is the sire of champions in 4 countries, including Eclipse champion Blaine. And his daughters have already produced 2 Eclipse champions. Arch, championship sire at Claiborne Farm.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Gulfstream Park is proud to host the Florida Sire Series Stakes races. Up-and-coming champion 2-year-olds will compete for $1.4 million in purses. The first leg of the series is on Saturday, August 9th, with the girls competing for $100,000 in the Desert Vixen Stakes, with the boys competing for $100,000 in the Dr. Fager Stakes. Live racing Thursday through Sunday. First race 1:15 p.m. Future champions start at Gulfstream Park.
A great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Eddie Reed Stakes just ahead in the segment. We begin with turf horses at Woodbine in the Grade 2 Nijinsky Stakes. Saw Approval, the 3-2 favorite. Dan Loisel picks up the call.
They run into the far turn. They ran that opening half in 46-1. 5 iron by a head. On the inside, really sharp, glued to 5 iron. River 7, watching those front 2 go at it. And to the outside is Dorset in that blue cap. Then Dynamic Sky, Zaw Approval up with the Birds, still 7 lengths off the lead as they come over to the top of the stretch. Outside 5 Iron and inside Really Sharp. They've been battling throughout, and River 7 is set down by Jesse Campbell. Here comes River 7. Dorset up with the Birds has come from last. Here comes the Grade 1 winner, up with the Birds in full flight on the outside. Up with the Birds. Under a hand ride here. This is some performance. Up with the Birds, just blew them away. Last to first to win the Nijinsky.
7-2 Up with the Birds rallies from last to defeat Dynamic Sky by 4 lengths. The winner under high weight of 123 pounds and Eurico da Silva in 145 3. The reigning Canadian Horse of the Year won the Grade 1 Jamaica Handicap last fall after capturing the final leg of the Canadian Triple Crown, the Breeders' Stakes. But the Malcolm Pierce trainee finished off the board in his first 2 starts this year. The 4-year-old colt by Stormy Atlantic was bred in Ontario by his owner, Samson Farm. Up with the Birds has earned $1,286,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. To Del Mar for the Grade 1 Eddie Reed Stakes. Summer Front, the 11-10 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Dedman.
The race in single file, a half mile to go in the Eddie Reed. Horizontally speaking, no turning back now. He's kicking on for home. Horizontally speaking, tries to sneak away, opens up 3.5. Tom's Tribute comes after him now, though, and Tom's Tribute striding smartly. Tom's Tribute now to take them on at the top of the lane. Summer Front is in with a shot on the far side. Cogito's made headway down at the rail. Top of the lane now, and Tom's Tribute being very confidently ridden by Mike Smith. He strikes the front. Summer Front now lets loose on the outside, and we're coming down to these two. Tom's Tribute, Summer Front chasing, but Tom's Tribute superb today. And Tom's Tribute, a stylish winner of the Eddie Reed under Mike Smith, never made any mistakes today.
2-1 second choice. Tom's Tribute defeats the favorite Summer Front by 1.25 lengths for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Mike Smith up in 146 flat, a 104 Briz speed rating. Course record-setting winner of the Thunder Road Stakes over the Santa Anita turf, Tom's Tribute was coming off a 3rd place finish in the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile. The 4-year-old colt by Lionheart was bred in Kentucky by Laura and Wisha McKinney. A $310,000 OBS March 2-year-old purchase by trainer James Cassidy for Braley Family Trust. Tom's Tribute has earned nearly $443,000. The future Grade 1 winner was consigned by Stony Point to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where the colt was purchased by Perpudoc Bloodstock for $60,000. Eddie Reed Stakes winner Tom's Tribute, the Keeneland Sells graduate of the week. Coming up, a top turf mare becomes a Grade 1 winner.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time with your friends and family? Then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to pull them. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs. Live it up at the Downs.
Did you take the time to do just what you wanted? Something deep inside you calls you up. Let it speak to me.
Share what you love about Florida. Judy the Beauty, chased by Better Lucky. Eden Prairie third back toward the rail, but it's Judy the Beauty and John Velasquez to take the Grade 1 Madison.
And with a bold winning move by Corey Lannery, Molly Morgan takes the fleur-de-lis.
Horse of the Year Ghost Sapper, sire of 8% graded stakes runners from starters and 21% stakes horses from starters, standing at ADENA Springs.
The Stallions of Shadwell Farm, Hall of Fame member, Inbasor, winner of the Dubai World Cup and Breeders' Cup Classic, now siring stakes horses. Classic winner, Jazzle, a stakes sire from a great female family. Brilliant Miler, Dar, Grade 1 winner, and now a graded stakes sire. Albertus Maximus, winner of Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile and Don Handicap with outstanding early crops. Shadwell Farm.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Diana Stakes. Altarite, the 5-2 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
And they're off. Somali Lemonade headed directly after that early lead. Discreet Mark is reined in from the outside. Tannery, who will be forwardly placed as they move by us the first time. Tannery's really on the muscle today. Discreet Mark has gone on to take a short lead. Tannery, a very headstrong, on the muscle, difficult to handle, right alongside. Altarite is also hard to handle. She's got it to the outside, tossing her head about. Just then behind him, Somali Lemonade runs fourth into the turn. Stratniver is fifth. Stephanie's Kitten sixth and 3 wide. Toward the inside, Solid Appeal is seventh in the early going here. Emollient also extremely difficult to handle. She just cannot settle. Caroline Thomas is right alongside her. Abaco is allowed to trail the field. So they straighten up for that run down the backstretch here. 24-1 in the opening quarter mile. Discreet Mark on the inside. Altarite, and they are sharing the lead. Somali Lemonade drafting nicely in behind them. The pace is pedestrian, a 49-4 opening half mile. Tannery between horses runs along in fourth. Stratniver 3 wide fifth into the far turn. Stephanie's Kitten 5 lengths from the 2 leaders up front behind this dawdling pace. Solid Appeal down to her inside, followed by Emollient, who is yet to settle throughout with less than 3 furlongs to go. Caroline Thomas alongside her. Abaco, and Jose Ortiz says go with Abaco, and she is on the move. And they are moving toward the top of the stretch here, and the field turns for home. Altarite and Discreet Mark, they've been sharing the lead the whole way. Somali Lemonade runs to daylight now. Somali Lemonade is third with 1 furlong to go. Discreet Mark still holding desperately to that lead. Somali Lemonade driving on the outside. Altarite is in between horses. Abaco on the far outside. Stephanie's Kitten coming down to the finish. Somali Lemonade surges and won it.
11-1 Somali Lemonade holds off Stephanie's Kitten by a neck. Luis Saez, the winning jockey, in 148-2. Somali Lemonade opened the current campaign with back-to-back wins at Keeneland and Pimlico, but she faded to third while attempting to wire the field in the Grade 1 Just a Game Stakes. This marked her first Grade 1 victory. The 5-year-old mare by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Keena Ferguson. Trained by the owner's brother-in-law, Michael Matz, Somali Lemonade has earned $948,000. We'll have 3-year-olds in the Haskell Invitational and the Jim Dandy Stakes next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.